All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We have Camila Mendes in studio. We're so excited to chat with you. We are such a big fan.
We are.
We have both been following you for a long time.
Really?
Yes, since the Riverdale days.
Aww.
We loved Riverdale. Through all the chaos. And
Yes.
through all the chaos.
How long did you last? Be honest.
I will be honest.
I lasted a season.
Season 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
I think
impressive.
I dabbled in 4, and 4
that was
was
enough.
like, I don't
What
I
did
don't
4?
know.
What was 4 again? Was that the time jump?
Yeah.
We became adults.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think,
Or was that 5?
or maybe that was 5.
That was 5.
When was Chad Michael Murray?
That was 3, wasn't
3?
it?
Okay. So I made it
I
all
don't
the way.
know.
I think I made it all the way through 3 because when Chad Michael Murray got involved, I was like, that was getting
That didn't
nuts.
keep you in?
No, but here's
No,
the
it did.
thing.
I said I finished that whole
Oh,
season.
you had to. Yeah.
We still kept up with it. Though.
Always.
Even
Yes.
if we weren't watching episode to episode,
Through the internet.
we were keeping up with exactly what was
Yeah.
happening.
Yes.
I feel like everyone was. But
Exactly.
we really are so excited to have you. We've
Yeah.
been wanting you on the
Thank
show
you.
for years. You have been absolutely crushing your premiere looks right now.
thank you.
We were just talking. You're very business today.
I'm very business
Because
today.
you knew that we were an extremely serious podcast
Yes.
and you had to come professional.
Yeah.
Well, it's women in the office.
Exactly.
And you, even though I was talking about my nipples being out before this, we were taking
Yeah.
this very, very
Yeah.
seriously. But you have been looking absolutely
Thank you.
amazing. Can we talk about some of your looks? Because
Yeah.
these dresses are absolutely to die for. I know you've done some vintage. How
Yep.
are you picking out the looks right now for the premieres?
Well, I have an incredible stylist, Molly Dixon, who she's like the only stylist I've had that really gets my vibe and my style. And that was like a long process for
Yeah.
me. I went through a lot of stylists to get to where I am now. And Molly just gets me. Like I can trust that when I walk into a fitting, the rack of clothes that she has for me is all stuff that I like and that like she just intuitively knows my vibe. And, you know, whenever there's like a press tour, like a specific project we're promoting, you know, I'll make a mood board on Pinterest and I'll send it to her. And then she just sort of like scans it and is like, okay, I get what you're going for.
Yeah.
And then
because finding that chemistry with the stylist can be extremely hard, right?
Yes.
Especially when a stylist is dressing you in something that you wouldn't usually wear, but you're like, do I take the
yeah.
risk?
And in the beginning of my career, like, it's like I didn't know what that process was like. Like I'd never had a stylist before. And then, you know, you're going to events that are like, you know, I never had to go to a gala when I was in college, you know? So I just had to like, you have to find what your red carpet style is, which is very different from your day-to-day style and how you dress on a daily basis. So that was like its own process. But Molly's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
What has been
incredible.
what has been your favorite carpet for Masters of the Universe look yet?
I honestly loved the Anna October white gown. It was like a silky gown.
Gorgeous.
That whole look just felt really like ethereal and just sort of timeless, a little old Hollywood.
Yeah.
There was just something about that. And I wore the blue contact lenses that I wear in the movie in Masters of the Universe. So it felt like a nice little nod to my character.
Yeah. What do you think about are the color contacts, you've noticed them at all? I've always been curious because we were talking about them the other day, just like changing your eye color. It's
Yeah.
like looking in the mirror, is it kind of jarring?
It's very
Yeah.
jarring. And I'm just kind of like, holy shit, thank God I don't have blue eyes
Yeah.
in real life because I'd be unstoppable. I would be a menace to society.
That's why you see, I feel like people try the contacts and then they get like addicted to it because it's like, oh my God.
I
this
can
is
do
a whole
anything
new
with these
me.
eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it now. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I always did, but like, holy shit, I felt like I had like a secret power.
Right.
Like,
Right. We get why people with blue eyes
Yes.
act up a lot.
And
It's like,
yes.
they feel like they can get away with
And
it.
also
can.
as a fellow like dark hair, dark eyes
Yeah.
gal, I feel like everybody's always like, oh, the dark hair and the blue eyes is just the look.
there's
And you're like,
something
wow.
about that combination
Yeah.
that is, yeah.
It really is.
It's the Megan
Well,
Fox
stunning.
effect.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep, exactly. That is so true. Well, the dresses were all stunning. The movie is so fun, action packed. I feel like it is the quintessential summer
Yep.
blockbuster
Yeah.
action film. What drew you to the role of Tila in the first place?
Well, I had to audition several times. I feel like I've never played a role like this in my career. Like as you guys have seen, I've played a lot of like popular, maybe not mean girls, but just like a little sassy, very confident. Tila's confident, but she's a warrior. And like way scrappier, and she gets her hands dirty, and she's like a proper leader. I've never played a character like that before, and I've never been in an action film, action fantasy film. And I've always wanted to tap into the fantasy world, like playing a character that's larger than life with superpowers. It just makes me feel like I'm a kid again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the reason why I got into acting was because I loved playing pretend as a kid. And so it's just like a very full circle thing.
Yeah. And you fit into the fantasy world so well, but you mentioned having to audition a couple times for this.
Yeah.
Are you still auditioning a ton? I'm sure, you know, you're such a known name at this point.
I mean, not really, but
you are. And I feel like it's so interesting to hear the side of like having to audition a bunch for this role.
yeah, and that's why I think I wanted it so badly, because I hadn't really had to audition this extensively for something in a long time, like since Riverdale, really, where I'm like going through many, you know, I know they had like a short list of people that they wanted to read, and I was one of them. And, you know, it's just like, it like reignites that competitive side of you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was like, holy shit, I have not wanted something this badly since Riverdale. Like, it felt like something that could, I'm not going to say change my life, because, you know, who knows? Like, you never know with these things. But, like, it felt like that scale of a project that I haven't experienced yet. And it sort of felt like a like leveling up and a new challenge that one can only dream of as an actor. So.
Well, it's such a great like, to use a classical term, like a resume booster. It's like something so different than what you have. So it's like, now I can do this. It opens up the doors to a whole new world of opportunity, really.
Yeah.
It's like, I can do the training, I can do the big action,
Yes.
all those things. And those movies are so entertaining and fun. Speaking of the training, when did training start for you? Like, once you got the role? Or did you even try and maybe get into it a little bit before, just for, you know, good luck?
I mean, fortunately, I am somebody who loves to work out and strength train. So, like, that was already a part of my daily life. But I never set out to, like, gain muscle and bulk up. Like, that was a completely new pursuit that I've never experienced. But, yeah, I trained for months. Like, I started in September of 2024. We didn't film till February, March of 2025. And so it was a couple months in LA of just sort of like laying down the groundwork. And then we were flown to London early, like 3 months early, to start what was essentially like a Masters of the Universe boot camp. So like I had to, you know, Monday through Friday, went to set. They had like a gym that was specifically made for me and Nick, where it was like, you know, Masters of the Universe posters everywhere. It was just like a little home, which was like our hub for those couple months. And it was amazing. It was like an hour and a half of weight training followed by an hour and a half of stunt training. You know, I learned like sword fighting and boxing, and I had to do wire work and bow staff training. At one point, rifle training. Yeah, because my character has a rifle staff, so it's not only a bow staff, but it does also, everything. But it also shoots people. So, so I had to like learn how to properly hold that. It was just a really incredible experience, like learning all these new skill sets.
Yeah, that is so awesome, because I feel like people, you know, when they watch a movie and they don't really hear about what goes into like playing that role, you think, oh, somebody could just be learning lines and, you know, everything that we can do now with technology, make it look a certain way. But you are training like an athlete for your role, which is just so cool. And especially now to like have those skill sets after the fact as well is just amazing.
I had to drop out of a film because of the training because they were so serious about it. You need to get here early to train, and it wasn't just about like looking strong. It was like, we need you to be strong in order to do these stunts and to like do them well and not hurt yourself. Right. So there was like a lot of emphasis on like just genuinely, we need you to be strong.
And not only the role being such a huge accomplishment, but being so strong. Like you feel so great about yourself.
Totally. Yeah. And looking strong and being strong, what I realized are two very different things. And I think there's a lot of distortion about what being strong looks like in the media. Like, I don't know, like sometimes you'll see a photo of someone who's just like really lean, like they just have really low body fat, but you can see the like the curve in their muscles because they just don't have a lot of fat over them, and people will be like, wow, she's so strong, so toned, and it's like, no, that's just like someone not eating a lot.
No, absolutely. And I do feel like right now having an emphasis on being strong is such an amazing message to have. I mean, we love strength training as well. We talk about it a lot. Like,
it's incredible.
It is really so cool.
It's the only thing that like got me into wanting to work out.
Yes.
For a while I was like, I hate this.
And it's the most effective.
It is. And like hitting that PR, like benching, you're like, oh my God, I feel so cool that I can do this.
Yeah.
Right? It's such an empowering thing. So that is so awesome that is part of the role.
Yeah. No, it was really cool.
You mentioned training with Nick. Hell of a transformation that he had to go through. What was it like kind of training side by side with him and having to do all that together?
It was really great because I feel like, we play childhood best friends in the film. So it kind of helped us establish this friendship right off the bat. And, it's a very vulnerable experience. Like we were both bulking at the same time and cutting at the same time. And in the bulk, like you're putting on a lot of weight. And as somebody like, I used to have an eating disorder and I had issues with my, body dysmorphia. And so like when you're intentionally like you're gaining weight, and I was like literally seeing fat in my shoulders from how much more muscle was there. It was like pushing everything out. And, it's like a very vulnerable experience to watch your body change so quickly. And he was feeling very vulnerable about it too. So it was like nice to have that support from each other during that time. And it's like it can be quite isolating when you're filming a project. Like luckily he's from London, so for him he's home.
Right.
But I wasn't. So it's like nice to have a buddy there who's like with you every day,
knows all the right places.
Exactly.
Can tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Can invite you home for a home-cooked meal if you need it.
Yeah. I mean, Nick doesn't really go out. So
well, there you go.
He didn't really have any recommendations because that would require him to leave his house.
He's just there then.
We also just couldn't go out to eat while we were there because we were on a very specific diet and we had our meals prepped for us, which was amazing in its own way. But like for that entire time, I was there for 7 months. I was eating pre-made meals that I was microwaving. Like, so everything I ate was microwaved for like 7 months.
Yeah, just like really such an intense process. What was it like then getting to watch the finished project and seeing all the hard work
it's
you guys
crazy.
put into it?
I mean, just like what really came together when I finally watched the final, like the film in its final form, was seeing the like visual world building, which already they did such an incredible job with the practical sets. Like a lot of it was like done on set. But obviously the big backgrounds and the big backdrops weren't. And so seeing that and like just how beautiful this world looked on camera. I mean, it's like a visually stunning film. Like there's so much color and vibrancy.
And that's what I loved about it too, because there is something right now where I feel we get these new movies and people really love to break down the color.
Mute it.
They mute it. And even with like sequels or things, they go back, they look at the original, they're like, this is so bright and vibrant. Now everything feels duller.
Gray
this
sludge.
Movie, no way.
No,
like
it's
it
so
is
colorful.
bright. It is colorful. It's one of those ones that you like want to see in the movie theater because it has that pow effect to it, which is really cool. What was it like walking on set on a movie of this scale versus some of the previous stuff you've done?
I don't know that I necessarily, I mean, I guess I did. I think there was one set, which was the Subternia set, that was so big. Like it was just such a large set, and it really felt like we were in the world because it was on one side, there was a platform that had my ship on it, and then like a bridge leading to the other side that had this whole Subternia set with like cliffs and, staircases. It was just like so elaborate, and it was a massive stage, and we were filling up the entire stage with this world. And it was just, I think that's when I realized, I'm like, damn, like, it's a big budget movie. It's
a big blockbuster film.
This has got that feel.
Yeah.
Working on other films and being on the set of Riverdale for so long, what did you learn that you wanted to take with you into a big film like this, or something that you didn't want to take with you?
That's a good question. I think like Riverdale was such a unique experience in that I like these people, not just the cast, but some of the crew too, who stuck around through to the end. They become like your family, and you're just so familiar with these people, and it felt just like home in a weird way. And I think the lesson I had to learn is not every set is going to feel that way because you're not with them for 7 years. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of bonding and connection isn't going to happen on everything. And I definitely formed a lot of great connections on the set, but it's like when it's this big of a film, it's like the crew is multiplied. Yeah. It's like so many people, you can't possibly get to know every single one. And that was, a new experience for me. It's just like sometimes you're on set and you're like, oh, I've never seen that person before. Or, it's just like a little bit like it's not an indie film. It's not a lower budget. It's like this, you really feel that when you're on projects like this.
It is interesting, talking to so many actors and actresses, hearing about their experiences with castmates on their films, like they become super close or maybe they never talk again after. Right. And I feel like being on a show for so long, you're kind of forced to be within the same universe of each other for so many years. And so you have your ups and downs, you have your friendships, breakups, the whole thing that you guys are all experiencing together. And then as an audience, people become super invested, which adds a whole other layer. How did you handle that with Riverdale? Because I know that we all became so invested in your guys' friendships. Even now, still, people are like, oh my God, what's it like with Madeline and Lily now? Yeah. Everyone's still so invested.
I know, it's really sweet. It's really sweet. I mean, like, it's great to have that support. I mean, it doesn't really change anything for us. Like, we all have our, we're friends because we're friends. Like we were all texting today about wanting to go to an Ariana Grande concert together. And it's so lovely that it's like I still have my girls and they're the only people who understand, who share the same experience that I do. And so there's like a deep level of understanding there that like no one can really ever fill that gap in my life,
It's so nice to see, and you guys still find ways to show up and support each other.
Yeah,
which is great because that can be really hard to do. You're all very busy. What do you like to do to show up in your friendships?
Oh God, what do you mean?
Like, there's certain things that people do. It's maybe you throw in a text. Like when someone's going through, you check on them via text. You get them a phone call.
I see.
They got a premiere. You're like, I'm going to make sure I can make it to that. Or
I think
anything
my
like
friends. Yeah, I show up for my friends. Like I love to show up for especially those big moments. But also, I feel like all my friends know this about me, that like if you need me, I am there. Yeah. Like if you if something's going on, I feel like they know they can call me and that I will be there. It's hard because I feel, I don't always feel like the best friend to some of my closest friends because I'm like traveling all the time. I'm not around all the time. Or, especially during the Riverdale days, like we were on set every day for 10 months out of the year. And it was like when you're on set, you just like, can't be on your phone like that. You just can't be texting like that. And so I felt this with my family too. It's like people around you, this is the sad reality, kind of have to accept that you're not as available as you would like to be. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was a really hard thing for me because I want to be there for everyone all the time. And sometimes I was like, I don't feel like I'm showing up as a friend in the way that I'd like to, or showing up as a daughter in the way that I'd like to. Mm-hmm. That was something that I'm still calibrating in my life.
Yeah. But even having those thoughts and reflection does mean you are a great friend and a great daughter, because somebody who didn't have those thoughts would be a bad one.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like acknowledging that means you do have that, which is also a great thing, to be as busy as you are and acknowledge those things. Because even just acknowledging, I feel like goes a long way for people. Even if you can't be there, it's like, well, at least you're acknowledging that you feel sorry that you can't be.
And that's why I'm saying I think ultimately what I know I do have is that like if at any point, like if they're going through a breakup or got in a big fight with their mom or whatever, like it's like they know that if they need me, I am there. Like I will drop everything.
You will drop it all.
You know what I mean? But it's just like that day to day is sort of like I can't be as present as a friend when I'm home and I'm not working, it's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like when I'm
That one text is slipping through the
but
cracks.
so much of my life in my 20s was Riverdale. So I was just like on set in a different country from, away from everyone that I'm close with.
And a great friend will be understanding of that as well, and always support and wish for success.
And I feel like the truest friends are the ones that like you cannot talk for a while, and then when you see them, it's like
Absolutely.
no time has passed.
That's
my
the best.
best friends that I've known forever
Yeah.
now. It's like we'll go months because everyone has lives and they're so busy, and then you catch up and you're like, oh my god, this is like we talk every second of every day. Speaking of showing up for friends or maybe rivals or enemies at this point, you were in Mr. Fantasy's
New friends.
music video. New friend, yes. And
friend.
it's causing a lot of discussion on the internet.
Is it?
Yes, it is. How did you get involved in this music video?
Mr. Fantasy reached out to me.
Contacted the team.
Contacted the team. His people got in touch with my people, and they were basically like, do you want to be in Mr. Fantasy's music video? And I was like, absolutely, it's an honor. And
Next big star.
Yeah.
You have to be a part of it.
I love supporting rising musicians, rising artists. Like I want to uplift him.
And did you have to personally apologize to KJ with everybody else?
KJ is a very emotionally mature man. I feel like he doesn't expect that. He's just kind of he keeps it separate.
He's in the industry. He gets it.
He gets it.
And I
He
love
gets
seeing
it.
Mr. Fantasy on the carpet for Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, he was showing his support.
Yeah.
New
It was
friend.
amazing.
Yeah,
New
it's
friend.
just loving that support. I want to, you talked about being a part of Riverdale for so long, and I feel like there's chunks of time, like you've had big chunks of time in one project, whether it's, or just life, you got high school 4 years, college 4 years, almost immediately into Riverdale,
Yeah.
right?
Like immediately.
So
Yeah.
it's like, so these big chunks of time, after that ended, what were the sort of like mental hurdles you had to tackle that you had to like, kind of start anew sort of?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like a huge sense of relief, like I could finally breathe.
Yeah.
Because it was so nonstop after college. Like, I was just sort of like thrown into it in the best way, by the way.
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
like, that's how
That's a
everyone dreams it
right,
will happen.
yeah.
And that
I'm sure that's what everyone was talking about at NYU is like the dream is to get on a TV show right after school.
right. And so I was like very lucky in that way, but also, I'm like, I booked a show that shoots 10 months out of the year in a different country, and we would get 2-month breaks, and those were months where you would want to go do something else. And so for like 7 years, I just didn't stop working, and I really burnt myself out.
Yeah.
And I was just on the sort of like hamster wheel of life where I was just like, go, 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 go. And luckily, I think there was a strike. I mean, not luckily, but like there was something about the strike that happened right after Riverdale wrapped forever.
Yeah.
There was a strike, and I remember thinking, okay, like this is almost like a forced break. But then I ended up working. That was like when my production company started to take off, and we shot 2 back-to-back indies during that strike that were like, lower budget indies.
Yeah.
And so I was just in it. And then I was like also exercising a completely new muscle, which was hard and a new challenge. And so I was like so overextended, and I sort of reached a breaking point where I was like, I need to slow down, but I feel like I've said yes to so many things and I have my hand in so many things. Like if I step away, everything's going to fall apart. Like it's all just going to come crashing down. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to step away and like take a break.
Yeah.
And I kind of like reached my limit with like, I was just such a reactive person during this time of my life, like because I was so overwhelmed at work that like I was so sensitive to everything. It's like everything felt like life or death all the time. I was just like hyper vigilant, like on edge, in fight or flight mode constantly. And I was just like, I need to do something about this. And I went to this like mental health facility that like completely changed my life and really taught me like what it like showed me what matters to me. Like I was reconnected to my like larger purpose and what I really want from life. And then everything after that became so much easier. because I was like, oh, I don't need to do that because that doesn't actually serve my larger goal in life. Like once you're very clear on what that is, it's easier to say no to things because you have like a very specific intention with your time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a mental hurdle that I faced.
Yeah. Well, that is really incredible. And thank you for sharing with us, especially talking about going to a mental health facility and advocating for that, because I feel like that is something that is a relatable feeling that people struggle with depending on what your job is, where you are at in life. I think a lot of people can relate to the feeling of like, this feels like the end of the world right now.
Yeah.
You know, like the fight or flight feeling.
Yes.
It's like everything is the biggest deal in the entire world, and you work yourself up to that point. So to be able to take the moment to step back and, you know, get in touch with yourself and take necessary steps to change that is really a wonderful thing. And I feel like it's something that people really can relate to. And being in the position that you are, I feel like it's so great for people to hear that coming from someone like you.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you think you really learned that you've implemented in your day-to-day about taking care of your mental health?
I mean, it's a pretty simple answer, but meditation.
Yeah.
Like just like starting your day with some sort of reflection or something that just kind of connects you to yourself.
Yeah.
That has been really effective for me. But I also think it's just this like attitude towards life that I've adopted that is a little bit, it's like, nothing's that serious. Like I remind myself, I'm like, no one's holding a gun to your head saying you need to do this. Like this isn't life or death. It's like, this is all optional. Like everything is optional.
Yeah. No, you're so
right. One of my friends gave me that advice like in recent years. I was just like, should I do this thing? Should I not do this thing? And it looks sort of like that end of the world feeling of like, if I don't do this, and my friend was like, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, things are optional.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels like an obvious answer, but when you are in that state, things don't feel optional.
I know.
It feels like life or death.
Yeah, it feels like everyone around you is like pushing you towards something. And really it's like I don't need to be an actor. Like no one's forcing me to be, no one's forcing me to be busy. Like I'm choosing that. Why am I choosing that? And like being able to be real with yourself and like reflect on why you're making the choices and know why you're making those choices.
I feel like it also helps you connect to the reasons why you really love it. It's like, well, why do I want to do this? Well, what are the reasons why I really enjoy doing it?
Yes.
And then it kind of gives you a reappreciation for what you're doing, because you're like, I really do love it. You mentioned your production company, which is so cool. And I think I love seeing women running their own production companies, doing these things. You started it with one of your best friends. Can you tell us more about your production company?
Yeah. I started it with my best friend, Rachel Matthews, who I met on the first day of orientation at NYU Tisch.
That's amazing. You stay friends. Nobody ever stays friends with the person they met at orientation.
The orientation friends always are the first ones to go.
Well, listen, that's part of our meet cute because we weren't immediate friends. We met that day. And I just I love telling this story because I completely misread her. I was coming from my like rave girl Miami phase. I'm from Miami. And so I was like in my,
I feel like it was that era.
It was that era. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so I was coming from that. And I meet her and she's from LA and she has a tattoo. Just like one tattoo, like the eternity symbol.
Right.
And I'm just like, I was like, she's cool.
LA.
She's cool. She parties. And so we befriended each other because, it's like rare to meet someone like that in the theater school community. So I was like, okay, she and I are going to be friends. And so we were. And then I think I scared her away because she actually like was so not that person. Like she grew up like very Christian and like, in a suburb outside of LA. So like, she was a very different girl than what I thought. And so I was texting her like every weekend being like, One Oak tonight, like we're going to Avenue, we need more girls, like at the promoter's table.
Promoters asking for me to send pictures of the girls that are coming.
And she's like, oh, I'm going to a Bon Iver concert. And I'm like, who is that, a DJ?
You're like, wait, we're going to see Tiesto at Governor's
No,
Island.
literally. That's so funny. Avenue is coming back.
Avenue is coming back. I saw the
But if
promo
it's
last
not
night
next
on
to
Instagram.
Artichoke Pizza,
No, I know.
I don't want to
Well,
hear
I
about
know,
it.
but
New Bard
Artichoke
Avenue
Pizza's
looks,
gone.
It is, but
What?
Artichoke,
Yeah,
they took
that
away
one's
that
there.
artichoke.
That
was
one's- and that
was near
location's
one.
gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So we know.
Well, my best friend had her 21st birthday at Avenue. So
Oh my God.
The
I
new
get
bar
it.
though looks really nice there, but that's besides the point.
Well,
Continue.
they're bringing it back. We're bringing it back, which is so funny.
But no, and then we eventually made our way back to each other because I ended up dating a guy that was friends with the guy she was dating, and then our friend groups merged, and then that's how she and I became friends. And then we, we got even closer after both of us got out of our relationships, and we moved to LA, and I had a little room in her apartment that I would stop in and stay at whenever I was between seasons of Riverdale. And yeah, that's kind of how our friendship forged. And we'd always been talking about how one day we want to start a production company, because she's sort of like me, where we both have very business oriented fathers. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like we have this sense about us of we're not just creatives, we're also business people. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, okay, we'd be good at this. We can manage the creative. We have very similar tastes. But also we understand how to run a business, and the two of us together have such leadership energy, and I don't want to do it alone. I have no interest actually in starting a production company by myself. I want to do it with my best friend. I want it to be a shared experience, to have someone that's in your corner, and the two of you are in it together.
Yeah.
And there's a shared bond of getting to watch what you create too.
Yeah.
And it's that's so, I feel it's got to be even more fulfilling to get to do that with your best friend than if you were on
I
your
don't
own.
think I'd be able to do it. I'm sure I could. I don't want to knock,
Yeah.
I don't
Give yourself
wanna-
some credit.
I want to give
Yeah,
myself
yeah.
some credit, but I wouldn't be able to do it because I don't have interest in doing it alone. And I think I want to. It's nice to have someone like Rachel who's so brilliant and shares very similar creative tastes, and sometimes different in a good way. But
Sparks good conversation.
she can catch my blind spots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And vice versa. And I feel like that's always the best businesses are the ones where there's it's okay, here are my strengths and here are my weaknesses, and you fill in my weaknesses and I fill in your strengths.
Exactly.
I
Especially
feel
that's
that.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
I
with
feel that with us working together, it's very similar.
Exactly. And like you said, two maybe sort of unlikely friends, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do have a lot of things in common, or else
Yeah.
you wouldn't be friends
Totally.
coming together. You bring out each other's strengths within each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely can relate to that. And I'm interested in what you guys are looking to sort of adopt with your production company. What are the projects that you guys are looking for?
We don't really think in terms of certain genres or anything. I mean, it's just so happens that both of the projects we've made so far, that we've released so far, are coming of age stories.
Yeah.
But we just
love.
produced one that I also starred in called Dead, which was directed by Carlos Lopez Estrada. It's a silent film that's also kind of musical, and it's about death and grief. But it's also, it kind of has Amelie vibes. It's
Okay.
very quirky and fun and lighthearted, but with really profound messages about life. And then we're developing a story that we just got the life rights to this girl's story, which I feel like especially people who grew up in New York will know who this is. I don't want to say it yet because it's not announced, but she is such a unique story, and it's sort of like a scammer story. And she's amazing. She's in jail, and Rachel speaks to her in jail multiple times a month, just getting all her stories, because she's a really great writer, and she shares her diary entries. And anyway, we're really excited about that. It's just we're just looking for something that feels like a fresh take on something that it's I would love to make a rom-com with the production company, but I want to make a rom-com that has something unique about it that
People
we
are
haven't
craving
seen yet.
that right now.
Yeah.
People are just craving fresh ideas, fresh faces, all of those things.
I have no interest in making like a genre film, just something that's genre for genre's sake. I'm not into that.
Yeah. Well, we're so excited to see what you guys continue putting out.
Yeah.
It's really, really
And
cool.
congratulations.
Yes.
It's just
Thank you.
incredible.
And, as two ladies that are just kind of coming out of their bridal era, we've both been married in the last
Congrats.
in the last couple
you.
years. What's been your favorite part of the bridal era?
I need to tap more into
Yes.
my bridal era. The timing of it was so like now I'm like on this press tour and I'm like trying to manage
I mean,
things.
you made a massive movie and all these things.
But I feel like once this is over, I'm gonna get into it. We have our like location and our venue.
Perfect.
But like not even like we haven't locked in the venue necessarily. We just know
you
know
just
which
know
one you
where
want.
we want it to be.
we just know where it's gonna be and like an idea of when. But I'm not like rushing myself into. I just want to like take it easy.
Yeah.
because I've
Soak
been
it in
balancing.
and enjoy it.
Enjoy
and
the
have
time
fun.
because I miss it.
Well,
I really miss it.
We ended up buying a house very unexpectedly. Like it wasn't something we were looking to do, and then we ended up buying a house together.
It's a
So then
massive project.
that kind of took over the wedding planning. It was like, okay,
Yep.
shit, real estate.
Yeah.
Like,
And this is like immediate. It's like we're living it. We need to do this now.
yeah, and like I'm like we need to buy furniture.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of more urgent to me
Yeah.
than getting married.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just soak it in, have fun. It's all fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
really
doing something
is.
with somebody you love. Like, it's just so much fun.
I know, and I just want it to be like a big party. Like,
Yeah.
I just want it to feel.
And I'm sure your looks will be incredible. Yeah.
I hope so.
Are you someone that's had like that bridal Pinterest saved forever?
No,
or
and that was
no?
something I had to discover. But like I think in the process of looking at because we did a day where we looked at a bunch of venues, and then I like it came to me when I saw the venue, and I was like, I know the theme.
Yeah, yeah,
and then I was like, and then I was locked in.
Yeah.
But I think more than anything, both of us are Brazilian, and we have huge families, and we're just like, we need this to be like a big party.
Yeah.
Love it.
We're both very social. We have a lot of friends. Like we just want it to be like a big celebration.
The Brazilian and the Miami.
Yeah,
they're all going to come out in the
know.
party.
Yeah, and then he's half Italian, so it's like another layer.
You throw the Italian. We're Italian too,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you throw
yeah.
that in.
Yeah,
This
there
sounds
you
like
go.
the best party ever,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
That's a party combo
Exactly.
for sure. That's amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
and talking to us.
Thank
This
you
is
so
so much
much.
fun.
This was lovely. You guys are great.
Oh, thank you.
We're really excited that you're here. I
Yeah.
felt we're like around the same age.
I
We're only
feel
a few
that.
months apart.
Okay.
Not to be creepy that I
No,
know
no,
like
no.
exactly
Well,
your birthday.
I would hope you'd
we
Google
did
me
look
before
you
you
up.
do it.
Exactly.
We know you, but we did
I'm-
research.
I know. I'm September of '94, so I feel like there's a lot of
So is Nick, my
hair-
co-star.
There you go. A lot, and I love him too.
I love 94.
Yes.
94 is a great year.
It
can
really,
I just say?
know. I
you know
do have
why?
94 supremacy.
Did you
Okay,
graduate?
guys, I'll just go
Yeah, yeah.
fuck
Wait.
myself.
What are
well,
you?
she's younger than
97.
us, so
97,
you know,
okay.
you're younger.
Well, yeah, you're,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you Gen Z? No, you're almost there.
No, I'm not
You're-
Gen Z.
You're a cusper.
Yeah, please
She's
don't.
Cusper.
I am not. I'm
Look,
not
some
Gen Z.
people-
You're a zillennial.
Yeah, they do. Some people
what they call
claim Gen Z. You're.
I know,
era.
but I just feel like
98.
Sorry, what were you
98,
saying?
I think, is where it starts. What was
Yeah.
I saying?
About
94,
last
about the year
September.
94.
Oh, okay. Because what's so great about the year I was born and the year that you were born is that I can align the year to when I graduated.
School.
So,
the
like
best.
in 2005, I was in fifth
grade.
grade.
Yep.
In 2012, I was in 12th
It
grade.
was great.
You know what?
It was. It's
Yeah.
easy to reference.
And it was like we were a big kindergarten class. Because
Yeah.
it's like we hit the 2000 and we were kindergartners. They decorated
It was
everything.
amazing.
Oh, I'm so happy for you guys. I am so happy.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
That
So
sounds
nice.
awesome.
Wait, where are you guys from?
I'm New Jersey and
Long
she's
Island.
Long Island.
Long Island,
But
okay,
we're
okay.
both
New
big
York.
Italian families.
Yeah. Rudy's from New Jersey.
There you go.
He's a Jersey boy.
Yep. So it's north or south?
Wherever Glen
Central.
Ridge is.
Okay. So I little.
What is that? South? North?
No, I believe little north. Central is kind of a mix.
It's really close to Newark.
It's north.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in Jersey City now, so
Okay.
I'm like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
from it.
yeah. Close,
I love
very
Jersey.
close.
Ah,
It's the
same.
best. I do have I love Jersey, but that's a whole
We'll
nother
go on a whole other hour about
that's a whole-
Jersey
that's a
now.
whole another podcast episode. Camila, thank you so
Yes,
much for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you so much.
Masters of the Universe out this weekend, June
see it.
5th. Go to the theaters, go see it. It's such a fun movie. I think people are really gonna love it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.